One of the questions that continues to plague mankind: are we alone in the universe? The chances are extremely high that life exists somewhere out there, in the expanse of the cosmos. But what about here, in our own neighborhood? And of those neighboring worlds, which have scientists the most hopeful? Let's take a journey to find out.
The Top Files.
Our first stop, and number 5 on the list of most likely places in our solar system where we might find alien life, is the distant Pluto. Yep, you heard that right. Pluto. Pluto was originally discovered in 1930 by Clyde Tombaugh, an American astronomer. It was originally classified as our solar system's 9th planet, but in 2006 was downgraded to dwarf planet status. Pluto is an icy world with a complex landscape of dunes, craters, and mountains. However, with a hostile surface temperature of around minus 400 degrees Fahrenheit, one is left to wonder how it could possibly support life. In September 2016, scientists at Brown University theorized that Sputnik Planitia, an ice-covered basin on Pluto, may have been formed by liquid water rising from below Pluto's surface after a collision, thus hinting at the existence of an ocean below the surface with a possible depth of a hair over 62 miles. To put that into perspective, the Atlantic Ocean here on Earth only has an average depth of a hair over 2 miles. Therefore, Pluto's ocean would be far deeper. To quote planetary scientist Alan Stern at NASA, "From everything we have gathered, a strong case could be made for an ocean deep beneath Pluto's surface. If that proves to be the case, it could harbor the development of some biology deep in the interior." For now, speculation is all we have, at least until we can send a probe to Pluto for greater exploration. Our second stop, and number 4 on the list of most likely places in our solar system where we might find alien life, is the largest moon of Saturn, Titan. Titan is also the second largest moon in our entire solar system. Titan was originally discovered in 1655 by Christian Huygens, a Dutch astronomer. And in 2005, the Huygens probe was successfully landed on Titan and took its first ever photographs of its surface. Titan features a large atmosphere that contains elements similar to what are found in Earth's own atmosphere, which are essential for life. There is also evidence for vast bodies of liquid on its surface, some of which are almost the size of Earth's Black Sea. In 2011, scientists made the discovery of life in Trinidad's Pitch Lake, here on Earth. This discovery has led to increased hopes for possibly finding life in Titan's vast hydrocarbon lakes. But what would life on Titan look like? According to NASA Director of Planetary Science James Green, it would not be like us. Scientists at Cornell University theorized that life on Titan would be methane-based and oxygen-free, with a unique cell structure. It could be as complex as sea monsters or as simple as microbes. I will leave you with a little mystery for your imagination. In July 2012, a huge body measuring approximately 100 square miles, which is just a little larger than Sacramento, California, surfaced from below Ligeia Mare, one of Titan's largest seas. On August 21, 2014, the same large body disappeared. Scientists do not have an explanation for it. Could we have spotted giant sea life? Or just a rising and sinking island? Our third stop, and number 3 on the list of most likely places in our solar system where we might find alien life, is our red neighbor and 4th planet from the Sun, Mars. I doubt Mars needs much of an introduction. Mars is a rocky world with a thin atmosphere and a surface featuring impact craters, mountains, valleys, deserts, and polar ice caps. Mars is no stranger to fantastic science fiction stories, like A Princess of Mars by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Nor is Mars a stranger to its share of mysteries, like the classic face in the Cydonia region. However, upon closer inspection, that face turned out to be nothing more than a natural hill formation. So what about this cold, rocky neighbor makes it a candidate for life? According to scientists, Mars has water ice covering its poles, and its soil contains 2% water by weight. In 2015, NASA announced to the world that they had found evidence that liquid water presently flows on Mars, and water is a necessity for life as we know it. If life does presently exist on Mars, it is theorized that it is likely hiding beneath the surface. Our fourth stop, and number 2 on the list of most likely places in our solar system where we might find alien life, is the 6th largest moon of Saturn, Enceladus. Enceladus was originally discovered in 1789 by William Herschel, a British astronomer. In 2005, the Cassini spacecraft made several close flybys of Enceladus, revealing its icy surface in great detail. 9 years later, in 2014, NASA reported that Cassini had found evidence of a large 6-mile-deep subsurface ocean of liquid water in Enceladus' south pole. To put that in perspective, the average depth of Earth's Atlantic Ocean is just over 2 miles. But what makes Enceladus a candidate for harboring life? In the same south polar region as the subsurface ocean, Cassini discovered geysers of water-rich in organic material venting out from below the surface. This has led scientists to believe that there exists hydrothermal vents deep in Enceladus' ocean. On Earth, hydrothermal vents are brimming with life. What's more, the current hypothesis is that life originated on Earth near deep-sea hydrothermal vents. Our fifth and final stop, and number 1 on the list of most likely places in our solar system where we might find alien life, is a moon of Jupiter, Europa. Europa is also the 6th largest moon in our entire solar system. Europa was originally discovered in 1610 by Galileo, an Italian astronomer. Europa is made up of primarily rock and ice, with the smoothest surface of any known solid object in our solar system. Like Enceladus, the last world we visited in this video, Europa also contains a subsurface ocean that shoots geysers of water up through the surface, which suggests the existence of hydrothermal vents. And I already mentioned how important those are. However, Europa's ocean is global and may run as deep as 60 miles. That's 10 times deeper than Enceladus' ocean and about 30 times deeper than the Atlantic Ocean on Earth. In 2013, Europa became the subject of a found footage-style science fiction film titled The Europa Report. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it, and I don't want to ruin it for you either. What has NASA scientists very intrigued is that Europa has housed this contained environment for billions of years. It took Earth only 500 million years to harbor life. As with Enceladus, Europa might also harbor life within its oceans, especially on or near hydrothermal vents, possibly even something complex. But only time and future explorations will tell. I will leave you with this. A recent NASA study from May of 2016 suggested that the necessary balance of chemical energy for life could exist there. Thank you all for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, then give it a like and share it with your friends and family. Also be sure to subscribe to this channel to be notified about the release of all future content. See you all in the next video.